Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus. You're watching the Hope Show. Man, I'm not even going to give you excuses, folks. I was inefficient with my time. I completely, I was useless today. I apologize for the delay, folks. We're going to get straight into it. We got a packed panel here. We got Ian, Agent Silver Fox, Dan and Carbonate, Jose Plus, Mike Listerine, The Empire Strikes, Eddie Money Mendez, and a rare sighting of Calvin, aka the low-key collector. Thank you very much for taking me up on the offer when I send the link, folks. And as usual, thanks very much for giving up your time. How are we doing today, folks?
Doing great.
Yeah, excellent.
Doing well.
Excellent stuff. All right, so like we got a bunch of stuff here to talk about today, and like I said, I've wasted enough of your time, so I'm going to get straight into it, folks. I'm going to go straight into it with what will we do? Will we just go straight into the snap, folks?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Okay, now thank you very much to Phil, The Empire Strikes, who made all the snap for this week. So you can thank him. Also, as he made them, I realized this is just payback. That's what he's doing. So we're going to get straight into the snap game. And Phil, you can introduce the parameters and what these images mean. So the first one, what does this mean? What are we snapping away?
So we're not snapping away a character. We're snapping away the actor or actress that played the character.
Okay. So who's going first then?
Oh, okay, wait, I have a question about this. We're snapping away the actor playing the character, so are they replaced with a lesser talented actor?
A mere mortal. They're replaced with a mere mortal.
A mere mortal,
In this instance, so in this instance, a mere mortal, In this instance, would you snap away Christian Bale or Heath Ledger? Or Christian Bale as the Batman or Heath Ledger as the Joker?
Got it.
Bale gotta go.
They're replaced with their stand-ins. Okay.
Eddie's like, not like this.
Come on, Eddie.
I think I'm gonna be controversial. Yeah, I'm snapping Ledger, I think. But this is why.
Man,
this is why.
That's a hot
He was amazing, but I kind of hate what he did for the character going forward, because now every Joker has to be like him, and I kind of hate that. Like, I'd rather see different takes. It doesn't all need to be a copy and paste.
Do you think Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was very like him?
I think it's similar, especially in the look, at least. And then they did that with Leto, where nobody liked the gangster with the grills and all that, so they kind of copy and pasted him. He was more like this in the nightmare scene, and I hated that.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. That is true.
When in doubt, just ledger him out, you know?
There you go.
Okay, man. Eddie's backing it up with solid logic there. It pains me to say this, but man, I think as an actor, as a performance, Ledger's performance of the Joker was more captivating than Bale's performance as either Bruce Wayne or Batman. And I loved his. I know a lot of people say like Bale did a better Bruce than Batman. I loved his performance as both, but yeah, I gotta say I would hold on to Ledger's Joker over Bale's Batman. Ugh, feels disgusting saying that. But who's next?
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. I think, I hear what you're saying, Eddie. I think, was it Barry Keoghan? Is that how you pronounce it?
Keoghan.
Keoghan?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
far,
you're
he seems like the most similar, even though we only saw a glimpse of him to what Heath was doing. I think the others tried to at least have something. I guess Leto would be the only other one, right, between them, besides like a television performance in Gotham and stuff. But it's just so iconic. I can't imagine anyone else playing that character in The Dark Knight. And I'm a huge Christian Bale fan, but I could see another great actor stepping into the cowl and playing this version of Batman. So yeah, I'm gonna snap away Christian Bale. Unfortunately.
Feel your pain, man. There are no right answers here. What about you, Dan? You're smiling away at yourself.
I just think if we didn't have Heath Ledger's Joker, then we wouldn't have as much to talk about for the last 2 years, figure-wise. If you know what I mean? So I think there's much more. Actually, there's more to come, isn't there? So, oh yeah. I mean, for me, I have to snap Bale, which is gutting, but the Heath Ledger performance was, you know, we're still talking about it now after 12, 15 years later. So for me, easy. Bale's gone.
I remember. I think it was the build up to the Dark Knight Rises being released. I think it was Empire interviewed like a bunch of actors, writers, directors, producers, and they were saying yeah, like our kids are like, you know, nearly teenagers, preteen or teenagers at the time, and they're gonna look at this like it's the Godfather of their Godfather, whereas, you know, all the producers and writers were saying the Godfather was their Godfather because that's when they grew up with it. But now the kids at the time were growing up with this in, say, the late 90s, and I suppose Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012, like, so yeah. Phil, or no, actually Ian, what did you were hiding there? You think you're going to get away with it by staying really quiet?
Oh no, I was going to make a sick joke, but I better not. Yeah, I would be snapping Bale. For same as other guys' reasons. Quite an easy one for me, actually. Ledger's performance is just exceptional. So,
Yeah. Good stuff.
Would you guys say also that you want to snap Bale because Bale's had a career of legendary performances, whereas Heath's life was cut short, and besides Brokeback, he didn't really get a chance to have many critically acclaimed roles. So preserving this one is pretty important. Whereas, this isn't necessarily a career performance highlight for Bale.
Yeah, I get you. I think it would be a career performance, but I get what you're saying. He's had other roles. Did he get the Oscar nom for The Boxer or something? Did he not win Best Supporting Actor?
No, it was when he plays the brother.
Yeah.
Wasn't The Boxer?
It's called The Fighter.
It's not called The Boxer.
Fighter.
The Fighter,
The
yeah?
Fighter, yeah.
All right, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, The Fighter. But he got the Academy Award for that, did he, or was he just nominated?
I think
Best
he won
supporting actor.
Yeah,
Best
he won Best
actor.
Supporting Actor.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, again, I can see your logic though. Phil, did you already snap someone?
No, not yet. I mean, obviously Bale's a fellow Welshman, so just on that alone, sorry Heath.
So you're just sticking with the nationality. Okay, good a reason as any.
No, definitely not just because of the nationality. I mean, I love Bale's portrayal of Batman in the trilogy, so.
Gotcha.
And I never went in with a Heath Joker figure wise. It's never really interested me. But don't get me wrong, his performance was outstanding. But yeah,
Gotcha.
Heath, sorry.
Who we left with? So Calvin.
Bale's got to go, no question. And I've been a Bale fan since I was a kid. Empire of the Sun. Yeah, I've been a fan of his since way back then. So he definitely has plenty other roles that I would like to see. We could easily fill him in for this though. And Dark Knight is by far one of my favorite films. I did a big ass paper on Dark Knight back in college, so I love Dark Knight. But Ledger, and what's funny is I had to watch it 2 or 3 times before I even gave it to Ledger because I was like, he couldn't get Jack. I'm sorry, he didn't get Jack. Second movie, I was like, I think he got him. The third movie, I was like, fuck that, he got Jack. So yeah, definitely. So
then, I think Jose, are you the only one left to go, or did you go already?
No, I haven't gone. I would snap Bale as well. Even though I think I love his performance as Bruce Wayne a lot more than Batman, just in general. What he did with the Bruce Wayne character. but I would have to snap Bale just for the same reasons all the other guys listed. I can't snap Heath. So yeah.
Okay. Right. So that was awful, Phil. Thanks very much. This isn't much better. So walk us through what we're snapping here.
So again, are we snapping Harrison Ford as Han Solo or Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones?
I'm going to
The
go
actor
first.
again.
I'm going to go first. I'll snap him as Indiana Jones because I'm not a major Indiana Jones fan, and I am a big Star Wars fan. So it's based on that, and I do like the movies. But yeah. Anyone else, folks? You want to just?
Can I snap him as Indy just for the amazing opportunity to have Christopher Walken play Han Solo? Sorry, snap him as Han Solo. I might have said that backwards. But yeah, I would love to see if they had chosen anybody else who came into that casting room to play him. Cool.
Does anyone do a good Christopher Walken impression? Just throwing that out there.
Oh no, I'll give it a shot.
It's not bad. Straight into character. Didn't even finish my sentence. I love it.
He teed that up. He did that on purpose, bro.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Hey, the Force. No, listen, kid. I've been all over.
And he hid the watch. The only place he knew up his ass.
And say, your father kept this hunk of metal up his ass.
He's still going.
He's got a saber up his ass.
Oh, we're so demonetized so early. No, but that's a great. I love that scene in Pulp Fiction. He's just describing to young Bruce Willis's character
It's one of the best.
about the watch. It's
Yeah.
no one does dialogue just quite like Tarantino. But Dan, what about you? You're kind of you don't like this question, Dan?
No, because Raiders of the Lost Ark is like my third favourite film. So, but it's hard, isn't it? Because Han Solo's so iconic as well. I don't know. I suppose if. Do you know what? Just because I love Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Temple of Doom and the others, but the last two sequels haven't been as good as Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and I would snap Indiana Jones just on that though. But that's a bastard of a question, that one. It really is, because
It was going to be Jaws or a Xenomorph. Sorry, mate.
It's all right. Phil won't be here joining us going forward.
But do you know what? It's one when we just did that. I actually thought, I wonder if that one would come up. This one. And yeah, this is hard for me because he's one of my favourite actors, and both of my favourite sort of Empire and Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. A year following each other when they came out, and just legendary for me. But yeah, it'd have to be in Indiana Jones. But don't do this again, guys. Not this one again. None of these.
What about you, Eno?
Yeah, this is finally a tough one for me. I tell you what, I think it's easier to find. Star Wars is my thing, but it's easier to find a Han Solo, in my opinion, than an Indiana Jones. How he played the first three, in my opinion, guys. Just so I'm snapping Han Solo.
Oh man. What about Phil?
Oh, it's the easy one for me. Indiana Jones. I wasn't going to make it too difficult for myself, was I?
Yeah. And did you go already, Mike?
Yeah, I went. I'd snap him as Harrison. I'd snap him as Harrison. I'd snap him as Han Solo.
I'd snap him like Harrison, the way Harrison snapped that Han Solo figure on whatever, Jimmy Kimmel or something. Jose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love both characters, but I'd have to snap Indy because I can't do that to Han Solo. It's probably like one of my favorite, if not my favorite character, probably of all Star Wars, probably right there with Luke Skywalker. So, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, fair enough. Eddie?
Yeah, I'd snap Indiana Jones. I love all three Indiana Jones movies, but I only saw them in like a couple of years ago. I hadn't watched them up until then. So, and Han is my favorite character from OT. So yeah, snap Indy.
All right, good stuff. And last but not least,
I'm going with my childhood in this one. I got to snap on. Sorry. I
Man,
liked Star
didn't see
Wars
that
as a
coming.
kid. I liked it as a kid, but my mom was a huge Sean Connery fan, so we saw a lot of The Last Crusade, which is still my favorite of the trilogy. But that trilogy was always in my childhood, watching those first three. So I gotta go with that. Not to mention, still one of my favorite rides at Disneyland till this day. So until Han gets his own ride at Disneyland, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon, dog? What the fuck?
What do you do? And what
He's
do you,
got a whole
that's a Millennium
land.
Falcon ride. That's not.
Oh, who
Good
fucking
point, good point,
flies
Eddie.
the Millennium Falcon, dog?
A lot of
That
people
was a
nowadays.
dumbass-
A lot of
Sorry,
people
you
do.
lost
And
it there,
You
Cal.
get on the ride.
Nah.
You got six people in the room.
He
You got
doesn't
six people
own
in
the
room.
Jeep that he drives in the fucking Indy
hear
ride.
that
He
shit.
owns the
Get
Millennium
on the
Falcon.
ride.
Nah.
Wait,
You know,
listen,
you're not a pilot. That ride
ahead.
sucks.
Fuck
Have you
that
been
shit.
to Batu? That's Ray's Millennium Falcon. I'm sorry. to break it to you.
Orale. Here
Han's
we go.
he's long expired by that time, buddy.
Who
Let them know.
who said that? What?
Let them know, man.
Oh no! That's
Gotta
where we draw the
remove him from
line.
panel.
Hey, listen,
Sorry,
I don't
that
want
ride
it to be that way,
sucks.
but
More torture, folks.
I apologize.
More torture. Oh, you're on the spot now, Mike. With your Ray
oh
Skywalker.
my gosh. All right, let's see here. Oh man, wait, it's the same person. Hold on. What do you want me to do? All right.
So
do
it's the actor again. So it's the actor that represents Obi-Wan,
Nah,
Alec Guinness, or Ewan McGregor.
okay. Oh man, this is a tough one, and I hate you. These are designed to be torturous, so I'm gonna have to snap Sir Alec Guinness. Unfortunately,
Man,
yeah. Yep,
man.
I got reasons, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Dan.
Oh man, that's really hard. These are really hard, man. Jesus.
Phil's a psychopath.
Yeah, Phil, this is not, man.
I've
This
been
is not
off
good,
for
mate.
weeks.
It's weird the way I like him more this week, though.
Do you know what? I think I really like Ewan McGregor, so I think I'll snap Alec Guinness, but that hurts because he's such a started it all off for me. So, but I think Ewan McGregor, I'm going to keep Ewan McGregor and snap Alec Guinness, just because I like what Ewan's done to the character and I like him as an actor. You know.
Yeah.
That's it. That's mine.
What about yourself, Ian?
Yeah, I can't snap Ewan. I think he's contributed most to the IP, and I think when I look at as much as I love Sir Alex Guinness and Obi-Wan, and that impact as a kid, I thought he was great. But overall, and plus I'm not snapping a fellow Scotsman, so. Bye-bye, Sir
All right.
Alex.
There's a lot of nationalism going on here, or something like.
You like Guinness, though, Ian?
Tribalism, nationalism.
That's a surname.
Look, to be honest, man, you're after taking the words out of my mouth. Like, I mean, you might be thinking it's my love for the OT character. I'm not gonna, but your man has Guinness in his name. If I snap him, there's just bad karma. No, Ewan's got to go. Right, it's the original trilogy, and Guinness is just a plus. What about you, Phil?
This was quite a tough one for me because I prefer Alec Guinness. Ewan McGregor probably represents Obi-Wan far well. He has in more IPs. But I've got to go OT and snap you and keep Alec.
Okay, Jose. I think Mike went already, didn't he? Yep. Jose.
I think so, yeah. It's a tough one too. What Sir Alec Guinness does with limited screen time in the original trilogy it's hard. But I can't snap Ewan McGregor. I'm going to keep him. If I erase him, I don't get the bat on Mustafar. I don't get everything else he's done. So, no.
Okay, and Eddie.
Yeah, I'm way more of a prequel fan and a Clone Wars fan. So snap Alec Guinness, easy. This was the easiest one, to be honest.
And Calvin.
Hello there. Going with Guinness. Got you. And I don't drink beer, so the Guinness doesn't bother me at all.
Wow.
All right, thanks for that, Phil. I do appreciate that. Well, I say that kind of bittersweet, but all right, folks. Really quickly, just going to address the chat and some people here. So we are at 3,040 subscribers. Thank you very much for being part of it. Just a shout out to the members. First of all, we got the troopers, we got JB. These first 6 were gifted by Eddie Money Mendez, and one was gifted by Yomo. I think it was Collector Joey was actually gifted by Yomo, so thank you very much for that. So we got JB, Toy Collector, Mark Attack, Casual Nerd Problems, Cylon, and Collector Joey. I believe I see a few of them in the chat as well. We have good old Spotchka, did an episode of Visions with him the weekend. Really, really good guy. Daniel, member of kind of Collector Joey's Copper Drop crew. Just a good vibe, really, really good dude. Ancient Silver Fox, obviously, channel member and panel member. We got Jose G. Hernandez here as well. Brian Wong, The Ben Thomas Show, Eddie Money Mendez, again, channel and panel member. Caffeinated Comic Fan, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Mugwump, Mike L, who's obviously channel member and panel member as well. And we got Shuli, all the way from Texas, I believe. Ryan Smith, and really quick shout out to the commanders who do get their YouTube handle displayed at all the videos and at the end of pardon me, at the end of all the live streams, like so. Oh, now just after noticing something.
Shit, boy. Shit, partner. Shit. 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 Thanks for your time.
Clay Davis is one of the coolest characters in The Wire. And we gotta say...
Welcome to the club, man.
I need to go back and watch True Lies. I haven't watched it in ages. But we got... one second, I find this. I'm way behind the chats, folks. Apologise. I'll get there eventually. Mike L has very, very kindly gifted 5 1/6 figure folks memberships. So if you are not a member, you might want to check there. You might actually be a member now. They get randomly assigned. I didn't realise that until Eddie and Yomo did that. Thanks very much. I do appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right. So, and new videos on the channel. Just I did this collection direction. Every now and then I do live streams called collection direction, where I outline things I bought, things I've sold. This was obviously a big one because I was explaining the change from Detox to Bleedens, some kind of things going forward, and updated pre-order and wish list, which was basically I air my dirty laundry for like an hour here if you are curious, but definitely yeah, there's a lot to kind of digest there. Gotta address the chat because I really haven't yet, because I was late. So really quick, I want to fly through some of these names. We got Danny Boy, we got Tragedy Tales, we got Malik and Bane. Of course, we have Phil and 12-inch Moose Stream as well. Who else we got? Okay, of course, Ian H and Silver Fox warming up the crowd there, same as Jose Plus. We got Figurassic Park here as well. Mike Fayella. Have you watched the original trilogy yet, Mike? Come on, man. Who else we got? We got obviously Mike L, channel member and panel member. Collector Joey is here as well, giving the easy like. I do appreciate that. I always give him the easy like on Thursday mornings after watching Copper Drop. Friday mornings after watching Copper Drop on the replay. We got Dark Tamers here, Yomo as well, who actually gifted the channel membership to Collector Joey, if I remember that correctly. We got Ryan Smith as well. We got Philip the Fool. So I'm catching up here, folks. I'm a good bit behind, but we'll get there. Of course, we have Low Key as well. Just kind of catching up there. Eddie warming up the chat as well. We got Brad Koski as well. Thanks very much for being here. Who else do we got? Got Aaron Collects here as well. Thanks very much. Appreciate you watching, man. Who else do we got? We're catching up. We got Connor as well. Some of the takes here are worse than anything Marco ever says. Oh man, that's not true. Marco and the Anna de Armas. I'm sorry, man. You can't let him away with that.
That's
don't be big enough, Marco.
All-time bad take.
Yeah. You and Stays, no question. Guinness would want to be snapped. Yeah, apparently he really did not like Star Wars. He did not like it at all. All right, so I think we're more or less up. Apologies if I've missed anyone there. Respect the lore, just joined us here. This guy's Ryan. I met him in Star Wars Celebration. Nice guy. All right, so let's see what we have in store today. Not sure if we're going to get through all of these, to be honest, but sure, we'll give it a lash. And I want to move us to the side. Calvin, I'm going to let you choose. Ah, man, did I just totally mess up one of these?
You know we're going with the Batmobile.
Yeah, we're going with the Batmobile. We're going with the Batmobile. So, yeah, I thought I had a 9th image up there, but I'm trying to think, what did I forget? Must have been... No, I know what I took something out. It's not going to be missed. All right, so, yeah, this is the Jazz Inc Batmobile, so I just want to share this. This is the Jazz Inc Batmobile, not the 89, but the animated, which I did not think that this was... I did not think this was actually going to be a thing, but... Calvin, what are your thoughts on this? I should have it here. Why is this not working? I got it. Sorry, it's amateur hour here for me. So yeah, Jazz Inc are going to be looking like they're going to be doing the animated Batmobile. I actually think this looks pretty cool, man. What do you think?
This is by far one of my favorite cartoons. I think I want to go with the animated concept. Excuse me, animated concept as opposed to the aggressive additions he added on here. Yesterday I said I thought that this looked like the bottom section of a shoe sole. Just the way that.
All right.
Here.
As in this thing we were looking at.
Yes, and then for whatever reason, this is just not doing it for me. It's not pulling at my heartstrings. And I know it's a real simplistic design for the cartoon, but something about it I prefer them. Now I was told that this is supposed to be about 5 feet long. I'm out of space. I know I'm out of it on this one. I got 4 vehicles coming from him, so I'd have to take a step out on this one. But
so you've got the what? The 22, the 89,
22, 89, Batwing, and 95 coming. And I already have 2. I already have Tumblr and 2 what did you call it? The Justice Mobiles?
Yeah.
So I'm plus DeLorean and Echo 1, plus all these third scales in here. So yeah, I'm running out of space.
You must have like shares, man, in Jazz Inc.'s company at this stage.
By this point.
That is a lot.
This
looks, I gotta say, I think this looks slick though.
It looks good. Like I said, the adult in me and knowing what this would cost and what you're getting your money's worth, that would want me to go this route. But the kid in me would want that simplistic vision of what it's supposed to be.
Because I'm looking at this, right? And this is obviously, they've kind of made it, it's like they've taken the animated Batmobile and run it through like a reality filter. Is that a fair thing to say? Or
it feels like it's like a war machine car wash it went through. What was old boy's name from Hammer? It's like it went to Hammer Tech.
Justin Hammer,
He got the Hammer add-ons to it.
Yeah.
It's got that tank feel to it now.
And 5 feet, man, that's great. Oh man, it does look cool from the back though, man. That looks, I think it looks cool though. It just doesn't look animated. And but I believe the post was basically saying, do you prefer the realistic version or do you want the kind of animated? Because the animated version was kind of almost like a blue tint, wasn't it? Because I think it's kind of like what I have here. If you look at the grid here, I just literally just googled Batmobile PNG animated and this one came up and it's got more of a blue tint. So like I think the Mondo figures or whoever, I think Mondo make these animated versions, they look really good next to the blue tint one, but they might look a bit out of place compared to the other one. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah, I think possibly. I'll go back to that now anyway, we'll get that back up again. Anyone else, did anyone actually wake up and see this and go, this is amazing, I want it?
It's a bit awkward with it, isn't it? Because it's sort of, if he goes, I suppose for use it's quite awkward as well, because if you go animated, completely animated like the one there in the thumbnail, it's going to look like a $1,500 toy. So do you go for the the more realistic version, but then that's taking it away from the animated series. So both look fantastic, but would I be? I mean, look at the interior. That interior is phenomenal. It's better than the inside of my car.
And it's cool with all even like the seat belts and everything, and
yeah, it's
the steering wheel is unreal.
But if you had the animated, I mean, my son's got the animated version. I can't remember if it's Mattel or some toy manufacturer. But if you were paying £1,500 and it looked like a toy,
100%.
I get that.
That's where that's where I believe there's the tear in between and the split with the community, because like I said, the child in you wants the animated, the adult paying the bill would want the extra bells and whistles that's going to come with it. So I get it.
Plus, like, I think you pay that kind of money, $1,500, for accuracy rather than like Yost's kind of interpretation, as to which, you know, you can't argue his interpretation. It can't be inaccurate, right? So that's the appeal of the 22 Batmobile, is how accurate it is to all the details of a real car. Whereas if this was like $300 or something like that, then it'd be a pretty easy pickup for me. But for 15, for something that Yost kind of made up, it doesn't work for me.
Because it's, you know what I think it could be a victim of? Like, I do think that this is one of the coolest Batmobiles. But I think it's a victim of not everything translates from one medium to another. Like, not everything. You can't lift things right off the page of a comic book and put them into movies. I've always said that, because then everything looks like classic Loki wearing pajamas. And while it's cool that they did that as a nod and Easter egg to the people who are diehard comic book fans, you do kind of need to make like an Iron Man cool. You don't lift it directly off the page. You take influence from the page and then you run it through like a reality filter with, like, I don't know, 2008 tech at the time, and just make it look slick, because that's kind of what they did. Like, but I think this could be a victim of that. It mightn't translate well. What's on the screen is cool, but I just have absolutely zero. There was never even like my mind never even wandered to that place of what would that look like on the shelf. It's just like, no. Because if I'm investing that much money, it's got to tick all the boxes, not just look cool. It's got to hit that, as Calvin said, it's got to pull on the heartstrings, that kind of nostalgia as well. The 89 is just the one for me personally. But
don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm saying $1,500. I mean, it could be $300, because the mold would be straightforward if it was simply animated, I assume. So the mold and the paintwork, I imagine, would be fairly straightforward and easy to manufacture in large numbers, but it's the interior and
but you know as well, with Jazz, it's not going to be anywhere. It won't be sub 1.
But if it was animated, at least you could put it with the Mondo.
That's the thing. I think he kind of does need to do it animated, so that it does work with people who bought those Mondo figures. Are the Mondo figures 1/6 scale?
Yeah,
you can, right? So like that means they would look, you know, those kind of like, what are they called, cell shaded, or those kind of like primary colors and stuff like that, or whatever. You kind of need it to match, don't you? Because it would look weird if you had those 1/6 scale Mondo animated figures in it. I don't know, would it work?
I thought he did 2 versions for the 22 Batmobile, and I thought he could do a cell shaded
That's a good point
of the animated one, and then like a regular version, or even like where
awesome.
the cell shaded has more of a blue tint and the regular one is all black, and it has some difference, so that way people can decide. But I would think in my head, like, it would sell better if it was animated, because then it goes with figures, and I think more people will buy it for nostalgic purposes. But I've heard a lot of people saying they want the realism too, so I don't know. But to Phil's point, like, why does everything he release automatically need to be $1,500? In my opinion, his releases are overpriced as it is, but the only reason I justify it is because it's the only way to get that certain thing as good as it is. But like, if there was competition to that, I don't think they would be $1,800. Like,
do you have anything that he's made, or have you anything on pre-order that he's made?
I had the Forever on pre-order paid off, and I canceled it because it was
he's planning on stealing mine.
Sitting there.
He's waiting for me to get mine so he can steal mine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it out of his room. So.
Yeah, but do you Calvin, you have actually some pieces in hand, and like, I know you have a few on order there, but do you have any in hand?
his original Jazzing Mobile. I mean, I keep saying Jazzing Mobile. The Justice Mobile. I got
right.
2 of those. Because
Gotcha.
you did one was from the original movie, then one was from the Snyder movie.
Ah,
No,
I
sorry,
see, I
one's
see.
BVS, one's from Justice League.
Gotcha. Cool. And you're
These-
happy with them?
I am. I mean, they were his. That was before he was licensed. So like
Mm-hmm.
now my headlights have burned out on them, but they still look great
Mm-hmm.
sitting there. So that's about the interior still works. It's just the headlights burn out. Otherwise, I like them.
And these are all still handmade in Europe, right?
Netherlands.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean you're paying a price for that as well. You know, that's not inexpensive.
I mean, it's a
labor-
six-man-
labor costs and
It's
all.
a 6-man team doing this, so you're paying
It's
for
a kind of
that
like
reason as well.
boutique vehicle maker. I just it's Randall. I have all the Mondo figures and they are awesome. Okay, so he's got the 1/6 scale Mondo Batman animated series figures. What I want to know, Randall, like you having the figures, would you be leaning towards what's on the screen, or would you want that kind of more cel shaded kind of blue tint look, the more animated look? Seeing as you have the Mondo figures, what would you prefer? A Mark Attack channel member. Hello guys, I have the flu and I feel like shit. I hope you feel better. Hopefully we will just help you pass the time while you heal and get well soon, dude. He wants the animated look. All right. So, anyone else want to add more on that, or we good? Okay, there we go, folks. So that's done. And Eddie, do you want to pick or?
I'll go with the shit emoji.
I knew you were going to pick that.
Wait a
So-
minute, that's coffee soft serve ice cream. What do you?
What the heck? It's ice cream.
So later on the show, we're going to be giving random movie recommendations. They don't have to be like tiny little indie movies. They could be like, hey man, it could be like Return of the Jedi, because I know that there are some people who haven't watched Return of the Jedi. I'm looking at you, Mike Fair. I want you to tell me a movie that you think is shit. So just rack your brains there, folks, and tell me a movie that you're like,
RoboCop.
that was awful. Go on.
RoboCop.
Ah, my God, Eddie, Eddie,
I did that for you.
Eddie, damn you!
I'm being disrespectful.
That's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know about you. Like, sometimes you like say things, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Eddie's my spirit animal. But then you say things, and I'm like, where did that come out of? I know you were giving out about something. I think it was on the Ben Thomas show. You were saying you didn't like something. I was like, where did that come out of? But all right. So is RoboCop your actual answer?
No. I just said that to trigger you.
It worked.
Actually, this is a good one I picked because I just watched Madam Web last night, and that movie sucked. I thought I'd give it a shot because Feezy said it was good, and I have the AMC pass, which allows me to see a certain amount of movies a week anyway for free, or like with my membership. So
cool.
I went to see that, and yeah, just not good. I fell asleep probably like 20 minutes in for like 10 minutes, and then I had to force myself to stay awake. And it's just, it could have been great. Like, I like the actresses in it, except for Dakota Johnson. I thought she just didn't do a good job. Like, I don't know how to explain the way I felt about her in it, but it just felt fake to me. And then, so I don't think it's spoilers to say like her power in the trailer is like she sees visions, right? Like she can predict the future or whatever. The way that they animated that power sucked. Like, it almost felt like you were seeing weird clips in between the movie that weren't supposed to be there. Like, it was edited bad. So yeah, that I don't recommend paying to see that in theater. Like, wait, I'm sure everybody was not gonna pay to see it anyway, but yeah, I was surprised how much I actually hated it, because normally those movies that people like super hate or like don't like, usually I'll go and be like, all right, I enjoyed it. It's not that bad, but that one was actually pretty bad. So
Okay. Right. So that was pretty comprehensive.
Shane, are we naming movies that are generally liked but we don't like? Or
No, as in like just a movie that you're
any
like,
shitty
guys,
movie?
just save yourself an hour and a half or 2 hours, like, you know. Do you want to go?
No, I'm still thinking. Because I could name a lot of crappy movies easily, but
Who's got one? Who's got one?
I mean, we've all probably got crappy movies, but I'll go with something recent and something that's probably everybody's seen recently is the Marvels. Just
Yeah.
rubbish.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't know
would
where
agree.
we're at the stage where they've just given up on the MCU, so they just
Mhm.
knocked it together or what, but
Yeah. I
oh,
would
I'm
agree.
glad I didn't pay to see it.
Ian, are you seething there? Are you like festering there?
Oh, so okay, I'll pick Basic Instinct 2.
I
First
thought you
one
were going to
was-
just say Basic Instinct, and I was like, where is he
No.
going with this?
First
Basic
one was-
Instinct 2.
First one was fantastic, then they followed it up with that pile of Amber Heard.
I gotcha. Anyone else want to chime in?
I've got one. Jaws: The Revenge.
I knew that was coming.
You know,
Jaws:
it's
The
not
Revenge.
the worst film I've ever seen. It's I don't know. It whenever it's on, it's always on ITV, and it is absolute dog crap.
Right.
I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest, because it annoys me so much that they made it. But yeah, Jaws of Revenge. That's all I'm saying. Never watch it.
Okay.
I've got one.
Go on.
American Psycho 2, starring Mila Kunis. Do you know this movie exists?
No.
No.
Yes.
Okay, well then, that's good.
I've
That's
seen
good.
it.
Forget I said anything then.
I agree with him that it was bad.
Bro,
That was quite bad.
Yeah, because it was supposed to just be like a movie about a girl who kills people. And they knew it was going to be such crap that they tried to tie it to American Psycho. So they renamed it American Psycho and added a line or two where she's Patrick Bateman's cousin. Total garbage. Yeah, I mean, what lazy filmmaking.
Ray Skywalker.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you guys.
Ray
are gonna be mad
Bateman.
at me. You're gonna be mad at me for this one.
Well,
I'm not saying Lord of the Rings is bad.
Gee, don't even fucking say it. Man. Don't.
These guys, they fucking talked me into
Calvin?
watching that 4-hour director's cut,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh.
That shit took me like 3-4 days to get through. It was painful. I was like, this is taking forever. I just had no attention span for it. And I usually can sit down, watch a movie, and get through it fine. That shit was painful for me. So I want to see the original cut. I'm sure I'll enjoy it much more, but that one just
For
took
which
me out
one?
of it. The second one.
Damn. That doesn't hurt as much as I thought it was. I'm sure you
That's what I
get
said.
that a
I
lot.
said, let me preface what I'm saying, but that one, because they guys, you gotta watch the 4-hour. I'm like, all right, I'll take the suggestion.
I would actually say, like, again, like, I think the trilogy is fantastic. I am a Lord of the Rings fan, but like I said before, I've never read the books. I don't speak different dialects of Elvish. I'm not a fan of The Hobbit or that TV show come out, Rings of Power. Thought that was nonsense. But I think the original trilogy is fantastic. But I have to say, I would rather watch just the original trilogy that's not the director's cut. I think they flow a lot better. I think there's a reason why they cut that stuff.
I think you have to really love them.
I
to
just
watch
lost
the
I
director's
just lost
cut.
I just lost a friend on Instagram with Mark Attack. I'm sorry, bro, but hey, they did it to me. I couldn't tell. It's
What
it
did
is.
happen?
Mark said.
Oh no,
he's blocking my
Mark
Instagram.
Attack is like Mark Attack by name. Look at this shit. Mark Attack
Yeah.
by name, Mark Attack by nature.
He says he's blocking you, Calvin. What's up with that?
Man, you can block me while you're at it. Look at this nonsense. Nolan is overrated and fans are annoying yourselves. Sorry, Shane. You're wrong and I'm not sorry. No, it's alright, Jim. We welcome differences of opinions here. It's alright. We do welcome differences of opinion. We don't agree. My one is, I gotta say, I thought Black Adam was awful. I really just, I'm not even going to go into it. I just thought it was not enjoyable at all. Like, but yeah,
That's your go-to bad movie, Black Adam?
it's just recent. Snakes on a plane as well. I was like,
Oh yeah.
are you having a laugh? But clearly they were, like, because it's supposed to be funny. Like, I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
Need a sequel.
Speed 2.
Speed 2, yeah.
I never saw it.
There's snakes on this boat. Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
Save your time. All right. So, anyone else have a movie they'd recommend people not watching and save 2 hours of life and watch something decent?
Mike said on the chat about Grease 2 is another one on the list, but I quite like Grease 2.
Yeah, I do too.
Michelle Pfeiffer's hot in that.
Yeah.
She's smoking, so yeah.
I like the way you say
Come on, Mike.
Michelle Pfeiffer is hot in that, as if in the rest of her movie she's not like that.
Yeah.
To this day, just like
yeah.
Sigourney Weaver. To this day.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh wow, Sigourney getting some love. That's cool.
Oh my god! Right. So all right.
Wait, did Jose pick? Did you pick Jose?
I didn't. I didn't.
Do you have something?
I'm interested.
The first one that I thought of is because I love the original Mask. So there was a sequel with Jamie Kennedy called Son of the Mask. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. That's the first one I thought of. And then there's another one. If you like the anime, the Dragon Ball Z anime, they made a live action one called Dragon Ball Evolution. Really bad as well. So they've never attempted to make another Dragon Ball live action movie since then. So
yeah, okay, good stuff. Yeah. All right, so seeing as you're talking there, Jose, do you want to select there what we're going to talk about next?
Special delivery.
Special delivery. All right, folks. New in, new out. I have something prepared there, so I'm just going to get out of the way and show it to you. So I had a big delivery literally during the week. This arrived. Not the dog.
Oh.
The dog is there for scale.
Great. Yeah, expression on the dog's face, though.
Yeah. He's like, why are you giving this box attention? But I'm actually trying to make sure he's not starting chewing the box. He loves chewing cardboard boxes. But yeah, he's bloody tiny compared to... I just literally opened it up to take the photo, and I had a look in to make sure everything didn't... I haven't taken it out of the foam, but I've taken the foam off and looked and actually seen the tumbler to make sure it's okay. But yeah, so the review will be coming when I get the display cases for / risers. So yeah, just that was my
let me say, take your time with putting in the fins and the little pistons. Take your time. They are fragile.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
great. Are you going to fusion react that?
I think it takes 3 AA batteries, so I'm going to get one of those those dummy battery things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get the riser / display cases in for underneath these first, and then I kind of, that's the dream. One click on the phone, everything turns on. But it's exciting. So that's I didn't think I'd ever own that, to be honest. But the kind of risers I have in mind, display cases, module cases for the bottom here seems to have opened up the door to that. So that's exciting. And I sold the artillery trooper. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last week, but yeah. So ketchup and mustard have left the building. All right, folks. Anyone want to just chime in there? Like, what are you ending in out?
I just got Penguin in Friday above my shoulder here, and I'm expecting my Hush Poison Ivy to come in, shipping out tomorrow, Wednesday.
What was that last one? The
Poison Ivy Hush third scale to go with these 3 center ones here.
Good stuff.
Nice.
I've got Catwoman coming in this week.
Anne
And
Hathaway.
also, I've just ordered the today the Sideshow Dirty Harry final battle, sort of final, sort of the last sort of the outfit he's in at the end of when he's with Scorpio at the end. So yeah, I've got that coming, which I'm quite excited about because I've wanted that for ages. So yeah,
Stuff.
So I finally got Wrecker in, so I'm rocking the Bad Batch shirt in honor of that. And yeah, he's a great figure. Yeah, and I also got this.
Is that alright? It's Rex, is it?
Nice.
Yeah,
Stuff.
yeah, it's the new Hasbro Black Series Rex. It's really, really nice for $130. So good quality.
Excellent.
I've seen the Hasbro Stormtrooper Rogue One helmet with the voice changer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they got their whole line. I think is really good. Like I said, I think a few weeks ago, it's not like up to the quality of like Shane and the 501st type stuff, but for the price, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. And it's a great display piece as well. Like it's
yeah,
nice.
it's beautiful.
And what about yourself, Ian?
No, this is a good period for me. So January and the early part of February was quite a sore one. So I'm looking forward to not getting anything in. So nothing in, nothing
Good
sold.
stuff. Yeah, I gotta say, man, those module cases. As much as we make jokes and wind you up about module cases, it just that wall behind you just looks amazing. Like it really does look great. Good stuff. Jose, you have any special deliveries or anything left the building?
I haven't sold anything yet. The only thing that I got in is so Zach from Collecting Weekly, as you guys
Never
know,
heard of him.
The Oxfather himself. He
Shout
sent
out
me-
to Zach and Collecting Weekly crew.
He sent me some flight poles for the Goblin. You know how I got the upgraded suit Goblin the other day? So he sent me some flight poles that were a little shorter, so it's not as tall in the D-top or whatever cabinet you may be using. So he sent me a
Excellent.
few of them, but they were a little loose, so he's still working on it. He said it's kind of like a prototype, so he's kind of still
Yeah.
working on it. So
stuff.
yeah, we're still kind of going back and forth on that. And then also, I saw some guy was selling, because I have the third-party Terminator, and I was looking, just, how you sometimes you're bored and you're looking through OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. A guy was selling, he had a bunch of customs Terminators, and he had the extra head sculpt, and he was selling it for like pretty cheap. So I met up with him, and so I got an Arnie head sculpt. So
Awesome.
it's a DX10. So I got that in. And I'm talking to Bob Dylan about it, though, because the present toy's body doesn't fit with the head sculpt. So I'm talking to him about what body to use to maybe do a body swap, because the outfit's really good on the present toy's figure, but it just needs to be changed so that way the head sculpt for the DX10 will fit. So that's what I'm working on.
They have it's real leather, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's really good.
leather.
It's really nice. And then once I put on the DX10 head sculpt, I think it's gonna be a great stand-in until someone officially does a new version, which I'm hoping will eventually happen.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Phil,
I've had the shipping invoice for C-3PO from Pop, so I'm not
that's
any.
cool, man. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no tracking information yet, but
Return of the Jedi, the news
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Good stuff. Eddie.
I think since the last show I got the Mars Toys Alfred. That's a really cool figure. I'm glad I decided to pick that up because
It's really good.
I didn't.
I watched
plan
Graham's
to.
review. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a good figure, and then because of it, I pre-ordered Kit put the pre-order back up for the Mr. J and Mr. W. So I pre-ordered those because I was like, dude, I was watching Batman while I was messing with the figure, and I was like, dude, I love this movie too much to not have these. So I got those, and then my Buzz Lightyear should be here tomorrow from Hot Toys. So
Good
I'm
stuff.
excited to take some pics and check that out.
The it's funny how like when I was deciding what to do with the Hot Toys 89 Batmobile and versus the Jazz Inc. And I was like, I think I was off sick for a few days. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch Batman. I'm going to watch Batman Returns. What the hell did I think was going to happen? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, all right, yeah, I'm going to cancel that and get the other one. Like, but yeah, it's funny. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. All right, so let's take a look. So far, if you just joined us, we have spoke about the Jazz Inc. animated Batmobile. We've given some non-recommendations, basically spoke about bad movies we recommend you not watching and saving your time and watch something better. We've done the Snap, and we've talked about new, in, and out. What about yourself, Ian? Do you want to select any of these things?
We better talk about a figure, right? So
Probably, yeah.
let's go for that rock.
Now, have you cracked the code? Come on.
What could this be about?
Yeah. We're going to talk about C-3PO because he rocks. Right, so although I wasn't a fan of the movie, and I'm not a wrestling fan, I actually quite like The Rock. I quite like The Rock. I love following him on Instagram, and just the effort he puts into his physique, and his cheat meals just crack me up. Like all that, like, you know, every few weeks he has this huge pallet of sushi, and like he loves like chocolate chip cookies and stuff like that. I just think that pancakes just cracks me up. But yeah, like I'll sit back and just, whoever wants to kind of riff on this and just chat about it. Like I haven't had a good look at the images yet, but
I think it looks pretty amazing, to be fair.
If you watched,
I'm not getting it, but if I could afford it,
It's really expensive, actually, isn't it? It's quite an expensive figure,
Yeah.
actually. I've seen it been going first
Terry's
day.
first look video looks really good.
Yeah, I've been seeing this today
Yeah,
for
does
going
it?
for about 450 quid already.
like
Which is quite
just
expensive.
straight away before we even get really deep into this, like, is the likeness there?
Yeah, 100%. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
really good.
absolutely. Yeah.
I think so too, man.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
even isn't there 2 sculpts?
Yeah,
I think they
the-
were
Yes.
afraid for it not to look like him.
You get 2 head sculpts.
Yeah, because he's kind of doing the eyebrow in one of them. Well, there's no kind of, he is doing the eyebrow, and then the other one he's not. And I actually think the one with the eyebrows,
I
maybe
love
it's
it.
because it looks more like him because it's kind of his thing. Like, but
For me, I like you said, Shane, I'm not a massive fan of the movie, but I am a massive wrestling fan, as you know. At the moment, I did look at. I probably will pick this up eventually, because I think he'll look amazing next to John Cena, Peacemaker. I think for me that would be
man,
amazing.
yeah, very good.
Great
very
idea.
good.
Might-
Yeah,
and that's
great
the
idea.
pose. Go back, Shane, the one before.
Yep.
Go back. No, that next one. I love that. That would
Sorry,
look
with,
just really,
with this one here.
just really simple, because I like
Yeah.
my museum-y sort of posing. That next
Yeah.
to Cena as Peacemaker, they're in the same universe. So, and it, you know, being a wrestling fan, having Cena and The Rock next to each other, I will pick this up, but not paying £400 for what at the moment what some of the day one sort of prices are coming out at. So, waiting game for this for me. There's both versions, so hopefully they'll come down in price. But obviously, there's a lot. They're DXs, aren't they? So that's why they're expensive, and they've got a lot of the bases are big. So yeah, it's going to be an expensive figure anyway. But I just don't want to pay what they're asking for at
Mark
the moment.
Attack makes a good point there. You've got Drax, Peacemaker, and Black Adam, 3 wrestlers.
Less of this Mark Attack making good points now. He was like
Sorry.
shitting on Nolan now.
Didn't we block
I'm
this
only
guy?
joking. I'm only joking. No, like, it's just, we welcome differences of opinions. At no
Yeah.
point if we all
And then
agree,
we already
just
have
boring.
we already have Casca Reeves, Sasha Banks as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true, man.
Yeah.
That is
Wow.
true. Yeah, that's a
You are
very good
crossing the
point.
streams a little bit there, though.
You could really put together a nice shelf, like if you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
My problem with this figure is I'm not a wrestling fan, and the sculpt is so good that all I
Yeah.
see is The Rock. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. If this was The Rock, you know, in makeup or selling it more as a character, it'd be more appealing to me. But it's just The Rock to me, which isn't bad if you're a fan. But
Awesome, man.
So what am I? Is that Jose? Is it?
Jose got there.
1 second.
that's
1 second.
cool.
1 second.
Lovely.
Is that is it Sasha Banks? Is it?
Right.
You lucky
Wow.
bastard.
that's great.
She is a very fortunate arrangement of genetic material. That's the science way of saying she's really hot. Right, so, yeah. So Tragedy Tales got me the gold version today. Can't wait.
And she's related to
And-
Snoop Dogg too.
Is she?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Cousin, isn't it?
You also
Yes.
have Yoda as a stand-in for Rey Mysterio. I don't get this. Is it?
He's a short guy.
Oh, right. Okay. Gotcha. I'm with you. The last time I actually paid attention to wrestling, it was called WWF before they had to
Yeah,
change
me
the
too.
name because of the world.
Cool. Let's go
wide-
back, mate.
A Legion of Doom.
You know, Billy
Hurricane
Corgan
and
owns
Titan.
What's the
Dink
one
and
Billy
Doink.
Corgan owns?
Who?
Billy Corgan owns a wrestling.
Yeah,
like
yeah, he does. He has
Yeah.
something to do.
What does he own?
he owns a wrestling company, like
Really?
He used to.
competitor to WWE. I think he still owns it.
Wow.
I think he's been replaced. He was with Anthem Sports owns TNA or Impact
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think he's been removed.
Shane, you got to look it
they
up,
didn't
man. He gets in the ring, he's yelling at wrestlers and stuff. It's pretty entertaining.
Billy Corgan is
Yeah.
Yeah.
mad. I've seen Pumpkins twice. I've definitely seen him once. I think I've seen him twice, but I was a big fan in the 90s and 90s, but did not realize that at all. Didn't realize he was a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But
It's interesting how you remove the cape. Have you seen how they remove the cape for this?
No, I have seen nothing about this.
So
I
it
literally
comes off
just-
at the
you have to unscrew it, don't you?
shoulder there. Yeah. You pop it off and then unscrew it. Is that? I've never seen that before.
What do you describe that again? How do you do?
So where the
You have to-
neckline is there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it sort of pops off there, and underneath there are screws. So you unscrew it, remove the cape.
Right.
So even though the head is
Sideshow's
separate,
done a video already, Shane. They've done
Yeah,
their
they
own
have,
first
yeah.
look.
I get you. Yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
And you're like, I think this looks good in the blogger photos. I am noticing these hands are really plasticky, but that could be lighting and all that kind of stuff. Like that's absolutely neither. It's not a deal breaker, obviously. Like, but it's not a figure I'd be getting anyway. But I think this looks good, man. I don't know.
So
This looks like a really heavy figure as well, doesn't it? Really
It looks huge. Yeah.
proper brick. I think it's brilliant. I mean, the IP, the film, as you said, was crap, but in my opinion, I just didn't like it at all. I don't think I'd ever watch it again. But this, as a figure, I think on the shelf would look imposing. Just looks great. I just don't know when I'm going to pick it up.
It's a pity, like, that the movie didn't hit the spot, because let's say it did and it was really good, and okay, there's a lot of let's says, but if they kept Cavill on and then seeing these two boys fight, like, that's who doesn't want to see that? Like, like Cavill and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
cool,
team of the film. What about the cloak? There's like some pictures of him in the other version, I think, Shane, where he's got like a cloak on. It looks
That's
pretty
the
cool.
black version, isn't it?
Okay.
is there?
But I mean-
there's two posts under.
But I mean, like Jose was saying as well, you know, I would love the WWE to do a line like this of wrestlers. I mean, I think you know, old and new, but I think it would be. I can't believe that no one. I think because Mattel own the figure license and they've got overall and everything. But can you imagine having, you know, a wrestling, you know, or the, I don't know, Undertaker and going back to Hogan and all that? I think it would be endless, like Star Wars. You just release characters for all the years. I think it'd be amazing. I'd buy every one, I think.
I gotta say, if I was getting this figure, I think I actually prefer the
This
lightning
one's
bolt
wicked.
when it's not fully lit up, and I really like the cloak look.
I do too, and I like that weathered
cool,
look.
man.
You said, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just a sucker for like battle damage or weathering. I
too.
know it's not. He's just not powered up, really, isn't that the whole thing? Like, but the cloak seems to sit very nice around the head as well.
To me, he's like more of a character there than The Rock. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a mysterious look to him.
Yeah. It I suppose
Yeah,
depends.
so
Like
It's
if you
pretty hard to
you
get.
like the gold. You see, surely like this is going to bring in WWE fans, wouldn't? You know, suppose someone is a non-Hot Toys collector and they're just a big Rock fan or a big WWE fan. They see this and they're like, oh, come on. I'd say people will.
I sent this to my friend who's just a wrestling fan, and he collects wrestling figures in other scales, and he said this might be his first hot toy. So you're right.
Yeah. I think that could happen. So, like, Dan, you're keen. Is anyone else in the panel pre-ordered this? Anyone else bringing this home? Or?
Me. I have it on pre-order.
Yeah. Okay. Eddie, Phil,
I don't
Calvin,
have it
Ian,
on.
I'd love
I don't
to
have it
get
on
it
order,
in the
but
collection.
I might try to pick it up at some point.
Okay, good stuff. That's I think it turns out pretty good, and delighted for the people that are picking it up. All right, so I don't know, Dan, you want to pick something there?
The movies.
The movies. Okay, so what we're gonna do, as you know, if you've been following the channel, you know that we once a week give a random movie recommendation, Actually, I do believe I missed something there earlier on. Can you just give me 1 second and we'll get into that. So, I do believe, I think Michael, he did. Thank you very much, 12-inch Moose Stream. He is a supporter of the channel, and he is actually a channel member as well. And I believe, did Calvin, did you meet this guy at OxCon, or were you at OxCon? I think, yeah, Eddie, you met him as well,
Yeah,
didn't you?
love me some Moose. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I hate that he's a Boston Celtic fan, but otherwise he's a great dude.
You're willing to overlook it, yeah? I'm always jealous of anyone with the 1989 Jaws Inc. Batwing. I have to step in. I love Batman animated. I want the canon option for sure. Does that mean like kind of that it looks more animated, or the canon option? And
I think he's the more realistic version.
more realistic one. Okay. I'm also getting the S Hero figures to go with this, but I think it'll be 2K. Yeah, man, you could be right. But thanks very much. I really appreciate that, Michael. Thank you for supporting the channel that way. Thank you. Right, so sorry, Dan, you picked the movies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, folks. So do you have a movie in mind?
Do you know what I'm gonna say? It is an old one. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say, because I watched it the other day, The Blues Brothers. If you haven't seen it before,
I've never seen it before.
Classic, nice.
Yeah.
it's one of my favourite films, and I've not seen it for ages. We need some figures from those. We need Jake and Elwood. That would be amazing. Soundtracks, classic, and it's funny. It's got so many cameos. Carrie Fisher, John Candy, Spielberg's in it, isn't he? I think Spielberg's in it at the end. It's just brilliant. The car chases and everything. If you've not seen it, just put it on and just have a good laugh.
That car chase is actually legit. It's considered one of the best, most fun car chases in film.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Thank you, Mike. You have literally just told you've reminded me of a movie that I'm going to recommend now, because I wasn't sure I was going to recommend.
Wonder what that is.
Anytime.
Do you know what it is, Phil?
I was going to say Heat, but it could be wrong.
Oh, that's a great movie. Yeah, that's a great movie. But no, it wasn't. Not Heat.
Oh.
No, the one I'm going to recommend is a movie called Ronin. Who's in it? I think Robert De Niro's in it, and the dude who plays Boromir. What's his name again? He was in Sean Bean, and Jean Reno, and it's an awesome movie. And there's a really, really good car chase in it. It's just a good old heist movie, well worth watching. Yeah. So, what about yourself, Ian?
I'd recommend a movie called Sisu. It came out last year, set in Finland at the end of World War II. So it's pretty much like that era. So imagine John Wick or Liam Neeson from Taken. This guy on his own up against the Nazis. It's brutal. Good movie.
It is brutal.
Sisu.
Sisu, S-I-S-U.
Okay, I think I've heard about that. Did that win awards, or it's popped up a few times? I don't know how.
It might have done. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's really good. It's done really well.
So we've got some interesting comments here. I have to address these. So first of all, this is a quote from the Blues Brothers, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I remember the reason I know that, even though I haven't seen the movie, is because that poster was up in my grandfather's bar for a long time.
Have you not seen the Blues Brothers?
No, I haven't seen the Blues Brothers.
Oh man, come on.
I must. Yeah, there's one of the icons I was going to put on this week is you've got to name a movie that you're embarrassed to say that you haven't seen, and there's definitely a few.
There's
I haven't
another
seen
one.
The Crow. I haven't seen The Crow. I feel like everyone's seen The Crow.
You gotta see that. And you gotta listen to the soundtrack, like we said.
Yeah, happy days. So, Phil the Fool saying Sisu is amazing. Costco saying Human Centipede 2 is much better than the original.
Damn it, Costco, that was my recommendation.
I love this. Sisu is the balls. So it's that good, eh? I love that. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So, who else? Any movie recommendations there, folks?
I'm going to go with one that really surprised me. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves.
Is that the one that came out like last year?
Yeah,
heard
with
it's
Chris
very good.
Pine. It's really
Everyone
good.
said that's really good. Yeah.
It's so there's so much originality and creativity, and the action sequences are fantastic. It's a real shame that it didn't do better than it did, because they were going to make, I guess, like a D&D universe, but looks like that's not happening. But it's really worth, if you're just looking for something fun, it's a great movie.
Is it Chris Pine?
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So Phil, did you already? No, Sisu was recommended by Ian, I think. And Phil, what was your one?
Well, the only movie I've watched this week is Marvels, which is rubbish. But can I recommend a game?
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. It's about samurai. I've had the game for about 18 months and never bothered picking it up. But I've been on annual leave this week, so I give it a crack. And phenomenal.
Excellent stuff.
Absolutely
Ghost of Tsushima. I've heard about it, but I don't know anything about it. Yeah, thank you. What about Jose?
I'm gonna go with this movie they made us watch while I was doing my grad school program called Being John Malkovich. You guys ever seen that movie?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a trippy movie, man. It's John Cusack. He finds like a portal at his work, and it basically lets him occupy the space of John Malkovich in his brain. It's a trippy movie. So if you're looking for something like a dark comedy type of movie.
Is it somewhere in the same vein as Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
somewhere.
I like that.
Like, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a trippy movie. Eddie's gonna recommend RoboCop, so we can just move on to Calvin. Calvin, what's your recommendation?
A Long Kiss Goodnight. Gina Davis, Samuel Jackson. Eddie was
One of my all-time
waking up from a
favorites.
hangover of a rough night at my house a few weeks ago, but he was watching it upside down. I had it on, so I don't know if he remembered.
That seemed like
he saw a
not
piece of
pertinent
it.
information for the Long Kiss Goodnight, but okay.
But it's a good time, so give it a shot.
Long
I think
Kiss
Samuel
Goodnight.
said that's still his favorite role to this day as well. So
Wow, good stuff. And what about yourself, Eddie?
So I just saw the new Bob Marley biopic.
Oh, One Love, is it?
One Love.
that's
Yeah,
on my list.
dude,
I need to get that.
really good, really good. And I love Bob Marley, so to see a bit more of his story, that was cool. And I think the actor that they picked was great. I know that Mike, Action Figure Academy, was saying he didn't look like Bob too much, but I think that he doesn't look spot on, like, but he's close, you know. And he did a great job, dude. And then the actress playing his wife, I think her name is Lashana Lynch. She's the girl from the Marvels, the one that plays her best friend, Captain Marvel's best friend, the pilot. She did a really good job. So I thought the movie was amazing. And also it has James Gandolfini's son in it for like a small role. And I kept looking at him like, how do I know this kid? I know him from something. And when I looked it up, I was like, oh, he's his son. He's Soprano's son. So, but it was really good.
He played Tony Soprano in the
Yeah.
prequels to The Sopranos.
I need to watch that still.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. I definitely recommend it if you can see it in theater, just because the music is amazing and you know it's a good movie. The only thing that was rough is the Jamaican accents are really strong, so sometimes it's like you can't understand exactly what they said. Sometimes you gotta like really listen to understand what they said.
Like talking to Ian.
Well, not as bad actually. Ian's not that bad. You guys give Ian shit, but I understand Ian. You know?
I know, I understand Ian as well, like because we're in the same kind of area.
No,
like,
dude.
but
You need vacation to the
Rastafarian
island. Get
or
to
like
the island.
Jamaican accents that was way harder of an accent to understand than Scottish or Irish. So
You know, take a vacation to the island. You'll come back and you'll be a lot more fluent.
wow.
What it does into Jamaica or
Jamaica, yeah. If
And-
you spend a weekend or a week there, you come back knowing a lot more,
right?
and it bleeds in a lot better.
Yeah, but the so no, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing it. I like music biopics.
Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah, me too.
Was it true that like
Yeah, definitely gonna check it out.
did he get did Bob Marley get shot or something?
Yeah, at one
And
point
then-
they tried to assassinate him. Yeah.
The next day, then he plays a gig and people are like, "What are you doing?" And he said
Yeah.
something like, "Evil doesn't take a day off, so neither will I," or something like that. Or I'm probably paraphrasing. But I'm
He
not sure
said
if that's-
something. I don't. It wasn't that for sure, but
Yeah.
he did say something about it.
That's pretty cool. I want to watch that. All right, so what do we got left to talk about? It's not too much codes left to crack here, anyway. So, do you want to have a chat about C-3PO? I presume, like, a lot of the panel are probably interested in C-3PO.
Yeah.
I'd imagine. I think it'd probably be easier to say who's not getting C-3PO from Return of the Jedi. Who's not? Dan, you're out in that. Did you get the Attack of the Clones one, or just you weren't interested? Or
I've got the Bandai one, the Tenashi
And is that-
Nations.
oh right, is that
I've
the
got the,
kind of diecast one?
Yeah, I'm really happy
Wow.
with that. It is
I've
amazing.
heard
It's one of
it's-
the best.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I've heard that's
this
really
looks
good.
really nice, but I'm really happy with the one I've got because it's pure diecast and it's really nice. So.
Yeah, good stuff.
And they're just statues, aren't they? At the end of the day, they don't do a lot. So you know, he looks great. So yeah,
But like these are the poses, aren't they? Like,
yeah,
him with R2. I mean, some figures you don't have. Like obviously, I like one figure per shelf, but some figures it just makes no sense. It would make no sense to have an R2 or a C-3PO in separate shelves. That'd be just stupid. Because it's a figure and a half, really. The height as well, and the way the colors of the white and the blue and the silver like just contrast with the gold of C-3PO. I love that. So yeah, I completely understand why you're not getting. Is anyone else on the panel not getting C-3PO from Return of the Jedi?
I don't have it on order, but I will probably try to pick it up somehow.
Well, like what you're trying to say is
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
Yes,
I need to go back and watch Wayne's World 1 and 2, man. I need to go back and watch them.
I've never seen Wayne's World. So.
No? Oh man, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Ian does a great impression of Garrett. You're up, Ian.
Swing.
Schwang.
Exactly. You did not let us down. Yeah, so like that's mad. Like nearly everyone on the panel is getting this, and I get why Dan wouldn't be getting it because the Tamashii Nations I've heard is amazing. But I think this turned out really well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looks great.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I have the episode 2 one, and I think they are different enough to justify getting this one. So yeah, I'll be getting them. I don't have them on order yet either. So, but I gotta get on that.
And you kind of like say the people say question to everyone on the panel. Well, okay, so Dan has Tamashii Nations. Everyone else is more or less. I know, like you have it. You got a tracking number, Phil. Would that be right?
I'm waiting on the tracking. I've paid
Yeah.
for the shipping, but I'm waiting on the tracking.
Yeah, I've got this pre-ordered. Ian, you have this pre-ordered, yeah?
Yeah, on a later batch. Don't need it early. But,
Like yourself. Calvin, I'm assuming you probably have this pre-ordered, do you?
I believe I do with Hot Wars toys. So
You know when you're saying "I believe I do," you're in deep, man. You're in deep. And
knee deep.
yeah. And what about Jose? I think you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it on
So-
order as well.
My question is, I don't think you can own this without an R2. Is that like a unfair statement to say?
No, that's fair. I think.
I think you need an R2, but my options for what I can see is like I don't want the sequels one or the prequels one. I want an original trilogy one. So my options are wait until they announce or work backwards and get the original trilogy deluxe one, which is probably what I want. But I can see them doing another R2. Like, what are your guys' plans? Like, anyone there have an R2 already, or is anyone like, what's your plan? You going to pair it with the Attack of Clones, or anyone?
So you actually have another option, Shane. You could. I have it. It's not the best, but the Sideshow R2, you can get that pretty cheap. And you can pair up.
It's just that I've heard the doors on it are kind of flimsy and stuff. Would that be right? Does the parts open up and close or something?
Mine's doesn't, Shane. It's pretty tight. I've got the Sideshow,
Right.
C-3PO and R2-D2.
And what's your plan for C-3PO then, the Sideshow one, when this one arrives? Or
So I've got C-3PO doing a bit of a shocked look as Lando is holding Leia's hand in Bespin. So the only reason I'm getting this figure is purely because of the eye socket in Salacious Crumb, because I'm hoping that I'll be able to create Jabba's palace scene at some point, having Bush Leia and all that stuff. So I'm thinking ahead.
I love this. I would prefer the A New Hope version of this and have too much coming. Hashtag Tap Dancers for life. I love that. Yeah, do you think they will do in A New Hope version, like the
100%?
As in C-3PO, do you reckon they'll do that, like, you know, the one at the end when he's super shiny?
That's what like the die-cast one I've got is like super shiny. We've got the 50th anniversary in a couple of years, haven't we? So I think we're going to see them all again, to be honest.
Do you think they'll do an episode 1? Like a
kind of I definitely think they'll do that as well.
And then they announced the what's it, the
anniversary?
Yeah, that's 25 years or something.
Yeah.
Costa saying, I have the Attack of the Clones and Deluxe R2, and the Attack of the Clones one is just a little bit more weathered, but they're exactly the same figure. Yeah, that's good to know as well. Good to know. Yeah. So that would be an option, I suppose, as well. I think I'd still would prefer, I don't know what it is, the original trilogy branding. Just to keep everything in sync, like. And maybe that's OCD at its finest, or just being like particular or whatever, like. But I can see that as well. Like, I don't think if I walked into anyone's collection, they had the Return of the Jedi C-3PO, and then they had the R2-D2 from Attack of the Clones, that I'd be able to go, oh, well, that's not really correct, is it? I don't think I'd be able to do that unless the R2-D2 had the bloody thrusters out or something. I think that's the only way I tell the difference, to be honest.
Yeah, and especially if you're doing like
I used the Force Awakens one with mine.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably like it's more or less the same, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Plus, like Jabba's sail barge or Tatooine kind of environment with R2 from Attack of the Clones, using it, like Ian said, for Return of the Jedi, it would work. Yeah, because it's not like super weathered. It's just kind of a little sandy on the bottom.
I'm really happy with this, though, man. What's on the screen there, I want some sort of a setup like that and just call it a day. Like, I probably would like to get a fusion as well, like just for both of them, for his eyes, and then R2's all those, like, I think the deluxe version comes with a remote, and it has lights and sounds as well. Like, that's cool, like, you know, and it comes with like all the different attachments. I had a lead on one from an Irish site. It was 280, but I reckon I could probably get them down to 250. But he showed me that, like, one of the panels, there was like a glossy coating on it. He said it was a factory defect, and I was just like, yeah. Also, I told you last week that I'm pulling back on the pre-orders because of New Zealand, like, which is just something I have to do. But it keeps it interesting. There's always something out there that you want and you can track down. Right, so look, we'll go back to that. That was C-3PO. Looks great, and a lot of people getting them. What are we left with? We got the Red Spider. I think that's it then. So I suppose we'll talk about the Red Spider. Jose is delighted. Jose, you're going to talk about the Red Spider.
Oh,
are you excited about the Red Spider?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna skip on to Calvin because Calvin Are you not excited about? Because I know Calvin is excited about because he really likes the combination of black and red. Because I saw him on Ben Thomas's stream. You're hyped for this, Calvin? Or are you picking it up or?
I'm not picking them up. Bargain bin bro. I'll look for a deal later down the line. I've got too many Spider-Man in the collection already, and another 3 ordered at the moment. So, but I look forward to trying to get down to go play the game and see if I can't remember if I unlock this suit or not. But I'll be going to look to see if I can play it. This black and red suit combination is fire, though. I'm loving the aesthetics of this.
As soon as you play that game and get that suit,
I'm a
that
one.
pre-order.
Yeah. I already know. I already know.
Yeah.
We're gluttons for punishment around here.
Yeah. Has anyone pre-ordered it, or inevitably will be pre-ordering it?
No.
I haven't played the game.
No.
I'm just curious as to why is it referred to as Peter Parker as opposed to Spider-Man?
Because it. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think it's because the superior suit is not Peter Parker in the comic books, like in the Spider-Man universe, other than in this game. So it's just like, it basically just you're unlocking the ability to wear this cool suit that you know from the comic books. Basically, that's my interpretation of it.
I also think because
when I saw it, I thought,
and because Miles,
Miles.
Yeah, right. It's distinguishing it.
Right.
Yeah, so you know which spider you're playing.
Right, that's true too.
Yeah, because they've never released the game in head sculpt, have they?
Say it again.
No.
They've never released the game version of the head sculpt.
Yeah, no, which they should. That'd be awesome.
Did they do it with Miles though? Did they do it with Miles? Or no?
I don't think so. No. No, but this suit is so cool. And if I know the story from the comics, the only thing saving me from buying this is like I never read the comics, so I don't have like a real attachment to the suit other than it just looks awesome. And as we've said many times, Shane, you can't just buy stuff because it looks great. Otherwise, you can go broke pretty quickly.
Slippery slope, man. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff, like the VGM line, like I'm glad I don't play games, because if I do play games, I'd want the suits. Because even though I don't play the games, I still appreciate that advanced suit. I really like the aesthetic with the white spider in it. I know like a lot of people that they didn't like that. I just really like the physique and the vibrant colors on that particular figure. But like if I had to get one, I'd be getting the advanced suit. But that's just a door I do not want to open. You know what I mean? It's yeah. But I think Ian is dropping off. He has had a long day. Yeah, no problem.
To answer 12-inch, yeah, that's what it is in the comic 12.
Yeah, I heard people talk about that. All right, Mike's loving the color scheme. I've waited for this figure a while. I was about to repaint an amazing Spidey. Luckily, I didn't. The way Calvin explains, I feel the same. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. Neil, the hobbyist, pre-ordered him. All right, good stuff. Okay, so do you know what the last thing was? That's why there's a missing box here. I just remembered what it was, and I think this one is people will be excited about it. This is like IC Customs.
Ooh, yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to be excited with this. So he does like dioramas and stuff like that, and I saw something on Facebook there that he was kind of saying DM me for details or whatever like that. So it's the Batman 89. That's the 89 suit, isn't it? Yeah, it's the return suit. The torso is different, and it kind of has this vault that's just into the rock, and the chair I think as well. I think the chair is part of it. So that looks like it's. I looked at some of the details, but I didn't see like that. Looks to me like that it's been made to fit in a detov. Am I wrong about that, or?
It's like a corner, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks great. I don't know. Maybe it's generally it kind of looks like it's a square or something.
Oh, actually, yeah.
But then again, it wouldn't work because it's the back. Looks like there's a corner at the back, and it wouldn't. I suppose it could fit into the left corner of the. I'm not sure if it's designed. You know, Jazz Inc. They do some like scenes. I think it's like the Tantive 4 or whatever like that. They do these scenes or Death Star scenes that are specifically for the detovs. I'm wondering, is this something like that it slots in, or anyone know?
Yeah, does it continue in the back sort of thing to a point. That's not the
Yeah.
that's not the
No.
reason, is it?
Is it like this in the film where it's a catty corner?
I don't think so,
can't-
but I
so-
remember the vault.
Right. I do too. It's an interesting choice, right? To make it a square like that.
I think it's cool though. I have no idea what the price is, but it smells expensive.
Is anyone going to get? Because this is nice, but I've got after getting Catwoman this week and sort of got back into the Dark Knight trilogy a little bit, and I'm thinking about getting the new armory. Is anyone getting that?
It's on my wish list. I haven't pulled the trigger.
Yeah, I've got that coming. Got it paid off already.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
well,
good.
you have to because it's your like his calves are your Instagram profile or something.
Yeah,
isn't it? Like,
kind of
so-
had no
yeah.
choice. Yeah, I'd be a poser if I didn't have that one coming.
Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Exactly. Can't be showing off those calves and not actually picking up the figure. Like, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Is anyone does anyone have any IC Customs pieces?
This one's ordered, and I have 2 other pieces. I have
By the way,
two,
Calvin's just
Justice League
Calvin's just
pieces.
watching us talk, and he's like, "Yeah,
Calvin, are you getting this?
yeah."
I am. I ordered.
Oh, wow.
He did a run at this a few years ago, and ever since I got wind of his stuff, I was like, I need this piece, especially when they announced that we were getting another 89 run,
Yeah, man.
and on top of Jazz Inc. and all the other 89 pieces that were coming. So I kept on him about it. So finally, he decided to do another run. So I believe he starts this next month. So I already
How
put my
long
deposit-
until you
I put
get
my
it?
deposit down. It'll probably be a while, but I'm so deep in the game now. I have patience these days.
It's nice to have knowing that it's 2 years away, but you put a deposit down.
So
Yeah,
I
man.
I can wait. So
You got the whole thing, right, Calvin? You have the computer.
I just got
and
this
the-
piece. I didn't go that deep. He
Oh.
tried to push that on me, but if you look further through his page, someone did order like damn near the whole cave. So he's got the computer, the great area where you walk up on. He's got the bat wall where he had like little bats, like the cage of the bats hanging over. Yeah, somebody did a full on piece for this. I was like, I just need the vault and the chair. I can make up everything else myself. So
Good stuff. It does look good. I think that's as good a place to finish it as ever. Folks, thanks very much for giving up your time, and obviously thanks to everyone, not just the panel members, but the people in the chat as well. Huge shout out to anyone who's spent any of the time, taking the time to watch any of the videos, any of the content, to like any of the videos, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, etc. Yeah, massively appreciate it. So, anyone have anything you want to plug before we finish up?
I have no clue if Mario's doing Profi chat this evening. I haven't gotten word on that yet. So say one on Wednesdays, LWO with the guys on Fridays. My usual rounds. But thanks for having me. I usually try and make it on with you guys on Mondays.
Man, no pressure.
And by the time noon hits, I'm knee deep in something at work. So I'm like, all that
Great to see
background
you,
noise.
dude.
I try and keep out of it. But good to see you guys.
And it's,
you too,
it's an
Cal.
open
You too,
invite,
Calvin.
man. It's an open invite.
On
All right,
Mondays,
folks.
Wait,
Go on.
real quick. On
go
Mondays,
on.
I've been doing movie reviews with Casual Nerd Problem, Steve, at Casual on the YouTube channel, and today we're doing Legend from Ridley Scott with Tim Curry and Tom Cruise. So
Yeah.
if you guys, well, I think it's late for you guys. It's like the middle of the night for you guys when because we do it at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So, but if anybody out there wants to check those out, we've been doing them every Monday so far, and I've been having fun talking about them.
Excellent stuff.
That's awesome. We'll be on tomorrow night with Connor on Hot Toys Hotline, 7 p.m. Tuesdays now. So, yeah, doing that.
Stuff. They it used to be Thursdays, no?
Used to be Thursdays. Yeah, he's trying out Tuesdays now. Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff. So that's good to know. All right, folks. Anyone else have anything they want to plug or anything? All right.
That's good.
Cool.
Oh, good.
All right. So we are out of here.
Later,
Cool, folks.
guys.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.